Today's episode of Chicago Bears Now is presented by Manscaped. You can get 20% off plus free shipping when you go to manscaped.com. Use promo code BEARS20 to get 20% off plus free shipping. All their men's grooming products, the best that are out there. I'm Harrison Graham. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. On today's show, 15 NFL draft sleepers for 2023 that I believe the Bears could target, that I think they should target in the middle, latter rounds of this NFL draft. And if you're fired up, if you're excited about the NFL draft, who isn't? Like the video. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's go. If you're fired up for the draft later this month, all you got to do is drop a like on today's show. All right, let's get to it here. Bears draft sleepers, a player I like a ton. Bryce Ford-Wheaton, West Virginia wide receiver. I don't want people to have PTSD from Kevin White, but again, Kevin White went top 10. You can get Bryce Ford-Wheaton probably in the 4th round. You're going to see a lot of these photos. They come from MathBomb. I suggest you follow him on Twitter at MathBomb. Relative athletic score. Green is excellent. Yellow is good. Red is bad. No red there. His relative athletic score, 9.98 out of 10. That is flawless. That's almost a perfect maxed out score. Ran a sub 4.40. His agility stuff was good as well. He's 6'3", 221. He's kind of just like a poor man's Quentin Johnston with more speed that you can get in the 4th round. His biggest issue is drops. He has untimely drops, but if he can clean that up, I think this guy has starting potential in the National Football League. One of the most intriguing players in the NFL draft this year, Jake Witt out of Northern Michigan University. We'll look at his relative athletic score first, and then we'll kind of talk about his journey a little bit. Dane Brugler wrote a great story about this guy. 6'7", 302, 22 on the bench. Those are the two red. But remember, 300 to 315, that's kind of where Ryan Poles likes his linemen, so that's not a bad thing for offensive linemen for this team. Look at the athletic traits, though. The guy runs a sub 540. He was fantastic. And what's so fascinating about this guy is out of high school, he was a 2-sport athlete, basketball, football, had scholarship offers for both sports to small schools. He decided to go to Michigan Tech for basketball, averaged like 7 points as a freshman, transferred to Northern Michigan to focus on school. He changed majors that Michigan Tech didn't have, so he went to Northern Michigan. Got the itch, as Brugler decided, or kind of quoted in his article, to play football again. Joined the Northern Michigan team as a tight end. He was forced to switch to offensive tackle mid-game in 2021 against apparently the best defensive line in Division II. Did not give up a single sack or pressure in that game. Played the rest of that season at offensive tackle, I think right tackle. Then flipped to left for his senior year, put on 20 pounds to get up to about 285. Now he's 302. This guy is obviously very raw, is still learning the position, but he is an athletic freak. And like late in the draft, he's expected to get drafted. This is the type of athlete that I could see Ryan Poles taking a chance on. Next up is Dee Winters, the TCU linebacker. Had to get at least one Horned Frog in here. But in all seriousness, I think he could be a day one contributor. Obviously, the Bears loaded up a bit at linebacker in free agency with Tremaine Edmonds and also TJ Edwards. But Dee Winters, I think, would be a steal on day 3. 14 and a half tackles for loss. TCU used him as a blitzing backer in his final year of college. 7.5 sacks, had a couple breakups, had a pick 6 against Michigan in the Fiesta Bowl, for those of you who remember that game. And he's very fast. 4.49 40, tied for 4th among linebackers. I think he would contribute on special teams right away. He could be like a 4th linebacker as a rookie behind Edmonds, Edwards, and Sanborn. He could be that 4th guy. I like Winters quite a bit. I think 5th, 6th round, he makes a lot of sense. Cory Trice, we've talked about him before. We've taken him on a couple of mock drafts. The Purdue corner who's been moving up boards. He could sneak into the 3rd round, but I think the 4th round is probably the sweet spot for him. Really broke out his senior year at Purdue. 5-year college player. Kind of took him a while to figure things out, but had 2 picks, had 10 breakups this past season, played well for the Boilermakers there in the Big Ten. You look at his relative athletic score here from MathBomb. A lot of green, some yellow. His 20-yard split was the only below average time there, but even that yellow 40, still a 4.47 at 6'3", 206. That's really good. The traits are there. The agility, which is even just as much, if not more important than straight line speed for corners. That checks out in an elite category. Vertical jump almost 40 inches, broad jump over 11 feet. I mean, this guy's a freak athlete. He's long, he's fast, and he's got ball skills. This guy could be a starting corner here in a couple of years. Charlie Jones sticking with Purdue. I know you guys like him quite a bit, the wide receiver. Really good production this year after transferring from Iowa. He's not the biggest guy, right? Like, that's where his red rating is here. 5'11", 175. You'd like to see him bulk up a little bit, but good speed, 4.43 in the 40, good in the agility, just a smart player too. Knows how to get open, has special teams value if you want to use him as a return man. Good athlete. I think Charlie Jones late in the draft could be a fun player. Do the Bears need another wide receiver? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes, type N for no. They could probably get by with what they have, but I do think they'll draft at least one at some point in the NFL draft. Y for yes, N for no. Do you think the Bears need another wide receiver? Well, you may say no to that question, but you'll say yes to Manscaped because they have the best men's grooming products. Breaking news, they have launched beard products in the last couple of months. It's time to tame your mane with the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. The sun is peeking back out, which means you'll have to show your face in the daylight once again. So use this kit to make sure that scruff looks award-winning, whether you've got the glorious beard flow or not. Time to clean it up with the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. This kit starts off with the Beard Hedger, a waterproof cordless trimmer with a rotary wheel that gives you 20, yes, count them, 20 hair cutting links, all with one guard. No more messy drawers full of add-ons and connectors there. Comes with titanium coated T-blades that are tough on hair but smooth on your face. It's going to lead to single stroke efficiency. The Beard Hedger is a high-tech piece of art in a travel size package with a long-lasting battery, universal charging, and a strong motor. Check it out. 20% off with code BEARS20 when you go to manscaped.com. The full kit comes with beard balm, oil, shampoo, conditioner, scissors. You got the comb, the hedger itself. It's fantastic. I can't wait to trim things up soon in the next couple of weeks. Promo code BEARS20, manscaped.com. That link and promo code in the description and comments of this video. Let's keep it rolling with our draft sleepers. Dante Stills, West Virginia defensive lineman. He didn't test great. We know Poles and Flus value the athletic testing, but very, very productive college player. 137 tackles. He played kind of all over the defensive line there. He's a bit of a tweener, three-tech edge type, 24.5 career sacks, 53 tackles for loss, 5 forced fumbles. This guy was a game wrecker in the Big 12. Now, again, average athlete, great production. He's got a high motor, which I think on day 3, you want one of two things on day 3. You want guys with proven production or guys who have athletic traits that just haven't put it all together. He's more of the former, like he's produced. Is he a good enough athlete in the NFL? I think he can be a rotation guy. I think on day 3 there's value. Israel Abanikanda, the running back out of Pittsburgh. Listen, this guy has become a phenom in the Chat Sports office. Like, we are all in on Abanikanda here. Really productive year for the Panthers. 1,431 yards for Pitt last year. 20 touchdowns. 20! Now, division has to improve a little bit. He's still a little bit raw, but the production's there. And what really stands out with Abanikanda is his testing at his pro day was just unbelievable. Ran sub 4.4, 20 yards was good, split was good, 10-yard was good, 41-inch vertical, almost 11-foot broad. I mean, he's 5'10", 218 running that fast, guys. I mean, this guy's impressive in terms of a raw athlete. You want to get a guy in like the 4th round to join this running back rotation, Abanikanda could be a fun player. Deuce Vaughn's also a really fun player. Now, he's the smallest guy ever at the NFL Combine in terms of height. He's 5'5", but he did everything for Kansas State. You look at his career for the Wildcats. He did this in 3 seasons, 3,600 rushing yards, 1,300 receiving yards almost, 43 total touchdowns. He's tough as hell. He's not afraid to get, stick his nose in there and grind out some extra yards. He could be a returner for you as well. Catches the ball extremely well. I'm a big Deuce Vaughn guy. He'll never be a 3-down back in the NFL due to his lack of size, but as a 3rd-down back rotation guy, absolutely, this kid can play. Andrew Vorhees, if you remember, he was the offensive lineman out of USC that tore his ACL at the NFL Combine and then proceeded to do 38 reps on the bench press, so you know he's tough as hell and he loves football. That's this Bears regime wants. And he's a good player, right? I mean, you look at his PFF grades, he actually even graded higher in 2021. So he's put 2 good years of tape together for Southern Cal. Played over 700 snaps, 82 overall grade, good in pass pro, good in run blocking. Obviously, the torn ACL is going to have him dip a little bit. I think he would have been a second, third round guy. Now he's probably third to fifth round, depending on how teams evaluate him. But this is a potential starter that you could get on day 3. Now, you probably have to treat 2023 as a redshirt year. He's probably not going to play this year. But he's an interior guy, so the Bears can afford to do that. You think of Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick could both be off this roster this time next year. Well, that's where Vorhees comes into play in 24. He could factor in more that year. So I think this is a guy worth stashing, even for a team like the Bears that want to get guys who can help right away. I think in the 4th or 5th round, I would absolutely take this kid. Would you draft Andrew Vorhees? Type D for draft or P for pass. As long as the medicals check out and it's just a simple ACL tear, guys recover from that no problem these days. So D for draft or P for pass. Zack Harrison as well. He's kind of a defensive tackle edge hybrid. Excuse me. I think he'd play more edge in the NFL. But the Bears have seen him up close, being there near Ohio State. He could be an interesting player on this defensive line. Subscribe to Chicago Bears Now if you want more Bears coverage. The link is below, youtube.com/Bears Now. If you want more draft videos, like not just first-round guys, mock drafts, like we're doing sleepers today, if you want some different type of segments, let us know and subscribe. We'll try to do as many segments as we can before the NFL draft. Juice Scruggs, the Penn State offensive lineman, guard center hybrid, has played both spots at Penn State. Played strictly center most of his last 2 years, and especially this year in 2022. Graded out solid. He's not a perfect prospect, but I do know the Bears have met with him. 896 snaps, over 71 overall grade, 73 pass block, 70 run block per PFF. Like I said, the Bears have met with him, so we know there's some interest there. I think you could draft him this year, and he could just be a backup, kind of treat it as a redshirt year as well. Learn, bulk up a bit, get NFL strength, and then, maybe he's a starting center or guard down the road. Keaton Mitchell, one more running back here out of East Carolina. This guy's fun to watch. He's explosive. You look at his numbers, 7 yards per carry, 7.2, 14 total touchdowns, ran a 4.37 in the 40-yard dash, one of the fastest speeds at the combine this year. I like that quite a bit. Like, if you're going to wait later in the draft to take it back, I think Mitchell as a home run hitter could be a fun player to draft. He could kind of be a scat back. Like Travis Homer's got that role right now as a special team scat back type. I think Mitchell's got more potential in that role. Zack Kuntz, the Old Dominion tight end, who had a really good year in 2021. He started his college career at Penn State, transferred to ODU in 21, put together some big numbers. This year missed a lot of time, only played in 5 games, but you look at his past 2 years of college production. I like Zack Kuntz. That 21 season's impressive, right? 700 yards and 5 touchdowns for a college tight end. Those are some good numbers. He's a good athlete as well. Again, missed some time this year, but that's okay. Nothing severe. I think he could be a guy that, could be a solid tight end 2, tight end 3. I think as a rookie, he'd be a tight end 3 here behind Cole Kmet and Robert Tonyan. But if Tonyan's only here 1 year, then I think by 2024, he could be your number 2 tight end. Who is your favorite draft sleeper this year? I think Kuntz is a fun one. We've talked about several good ones here on today's show. Let me know from you guys, though, your favorite draft sleeper here in 2023. Keondre Coburn's a fun one as well, the nose tackle out of Texas. He would certainly be a one-tech for this defense. 330 pounds, 5-year college player, had the best year of his career at Texas this past year. Gives you a little bit of pass rush ability as well as a bowling ball type. 2.5 sacks last year, 2 forced fumbles. Really good run stopper. Again, I think is a deep rotation one-tech. He has some value. And then Wanya Morris out of Oklahoma, who a lot of people thought needed another year of college football. But he has interesting intriguing athleticism, I should say. Started his career at Tennessee, did some okay things there, transferred to Oklahoma, graded out pretty well, just played in 9 games last year, but 77 overall, pass block 74, run block 77. I think he's got starting potential at right tackle. I really do. Now, is he ready to start in the NFL as a rookie? I'm not so sure, but, bring him in, let him compete with guys like Larry Borum and Alex Leatherwood for this team's primary swing tackle, and maybe down the road you've run into a starter here. I think he'll probably go between the 3rd and the 5th round somewhere. Intriguing athletic profile. I think he's a name to keep an eye on. Told you guys at the beginning, if you love the NFL draft and if you're excited, hit that like button. Like this video if you're ready for the NFL draft. It's getting closer and closer, and we're going to be live for a lot of it, so can't wait for that either. So hit that thumbs up icon if you're excited for the draft.